welcome on the Treasure Trail in half an hour on BBC Two with Celebrity Antiques Road Trip. And It Takes Two now with some seasonal sparkle from Strictly.
Live from London, this is Strictly It Takes Two. Please welcome your host, Zoe Ball.
Hello and welcome to It Takes Two. There are only 3 sleeps until the Strictly final. So tonight, I've done a little deal with Santa, had a sneaky little word. I have managed to pull together an absolute gift of a lineup. Take a look at these folks. Here for his final warm-up of the series, Ian Waite is here to cast his wonderful wand over the show-stopping show dances. I'm not ready to say goodbye, baby. Fruit bowls at the ready. Louise and Kevin are here to reveal their plans. Stick them in your hat, love. And it's the It Takes Two equivalent of a visit from the Queen. Be on your best behaviour. Strictly royalty. Tess and Claude are here. They're gorgeous faces. Now, after a tantalising tango and a fruity samba, our next couple won themselves a rightful place in the Strictly final. It's Louise and Kevin.
So much snap, crackle and pop. It was fantastic.
You are dynamic. It was full of content. I totally love watching you dance.
Yeah, a classic samba. The joy in your face.
For me, there wasn't enough upper body energy or resistance in the top half of your body.
You stacked this dance with everything you could possibly put in. Great.
Louise and Kevin, everyone! Oh, you love watching that samba back. You are finalist 2016. Congratulations to you. I mean, can you quite believe it? It was such an emotional weekend.
Yeah, it was. I have to say I'm so happy and I'm chuffed to bits. But I think for me it was the hardest week I'd had on Strictly. You know, I really threw myself at the dances, but they were hard, and I was really nervous. And then to get through was just it was just an emotional night for everybody, but an amazing night. I mean,
an amazing night. I know. We'll come to the tears too as well. And the great thing is, Louise, that you have managed to keep the Kev never knocked out reputation completely intact.
I'm so relieved.
Because that's quite a lot of added pressure as well. Like, let me not be the one.
I think everybody I spoke to said, oh, Kevin's never not been in a final. I was thinking, great, my legacy is going to be the one that didn't get Kevin to the final. So now I can breathe.
You can.
I was so stressed on Saturday.
I know, but they were 2 very difficult dances to do, tango and samba, in the same weekend when everyone's quite exhausted, but you're in the final. It's brilliant. And Kevin, we must say, not only are you a finalist, you have set another Strictly record. You are the first pro to have ever reached the Strictly final 4 times. They've given me everything. We don't. One party proper. And you see, we're always thrilled. Now, I hate that phrase, but we must say it. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. But could this year be the year? I mean, we can't tell fate or anything, but Kev, Louise, she could be the one. She could be the one.
Yeah, I know. I mean, what usually happens is that, like, we make it to the final and then come second. So if that happens this weekend, it's totally my fault, not yours. But you know, obviously, it would be lovely for Louise because I think she deserves it. So it's not about me, you know. It's about this girl here, and she's been amazing the whole series.
Oh, it's about the two of you. A great partnership.
Yes.
And also, we've joked a lot about the Clifton rivalry, but it was really wonderful on Saturday night, the results show, where both you and Jo went through, and your reaction when she went through and then tears for each other. It was a lovely, lovely thing.
It was a really heavy weekend. Yeah, when Joe got through, I don't know, I just sort of lost control a little bit because, I mean, she didn't even have a celebrity partner last year. And this year she's worked so hard. Her and Ore have been amazing, and I think they really deserved it. And when she got through, I just sort of punched the air. I didn't realise I was on camera at the time, but and it was emotional, you know. At the end, as much as we joke about it, the rivalry and all that, she's my baby sister, you know. So.
And there's this gorgeous picture you shared of the two of you dressed. Incredible outfits there.
Haven't changed at all.
Beautiful. Back to the dances of the weekend. Tango, first of all, Louise. Are you glad it's all over? Or did you absolutely love this one?
Do you know, I love learning every dance. Every dance I feel honoured to still be there learning them. It was just, like you say, tough. I think 2 dances in 1 week, and they were both quite full of content. There was lots to take on, but I still had a ball. I always enjoy myself out there, even if it's not my best dance or I don't do everything right. I always love every minute of it, and the tango was no different.
And you got onto that conveyor belt at the end. I mean, most people would have completely missed it and gone, and also then, of course, samba. You hate seeing this back. We're going to show you one more time because you love it so much. You had fruit in your hair and everything. Great bachacadas. What did you make of this one?
I think it was just so out of character for me. It's like I'm the last person that's ever going to go on TV with fruit in her hair and shaking her bits everywhere. But, do you know, it's all an experience. And one thing I realised when I started doing Strictly is you have to throw yourself at everything. And I started off the beginning of the week going, I'm not doing this, I'm not wearing fruit. And then you kind of get down and you think, oh, come on then, I'll do it all and just make the most of it. So there I was.
I know. When will you ever dance with fruit in your hair again?
Probably never.
You'll miss it, I tell you. So this weekend, it's the final. 3 dances, so exciting. One that we are most excited about, of course, that we know very little about, is your show dance to Whitney Houston. If we hear it, this is a great tune because it's such a it builds to this huge crescendo, and I'm sure he's going to hold you up with one finger and spin it out like a basketball. What can you tell us about the character or the theme or tease us?
Well, usually throughout the series for different dances I've given Louise a character. I always call her like a different name or something, like have a whole backstory. In this one, she is being Louise Redknapp.
You're being yourself.
The dance is about her sort of story on Strictly and the way she's developed from being very scared at the beginning to growing in confidence and growing as a performer.
Face.
It's the story of that. It's about the dance is all about Louise.
You don't have to fall in love with Kevin in this.
No, this one. No,
I'm still trying to push it. But...
it didn't start like that. This one, it's just me.
It looks beautiful. And you're wearing ballet shoes.
I am. I'm wearing little pumps. So it's it's really nice because it's so different to anything else we've done throughout the series. It's a million miles away from everything else. So it's nice to go out there and do something really different.
You've done 4 shows. This will be your 4th show dance. When do you start planning for show dances? I mean, is this something you do in your bedroom going, and then if I make it to the final?
No, not at all. Only when I know that we're through. I never start planning the dance ahead of when we know that we're through to the next week. So basically...
You told me about 11 o'clock on Sunday night.
Usually into the night on a Sunday night. I'll be
You're like, Karen, wake up, we're
panicking over
go
choreography.
Through this. Jump on the table. Also, you get to do a dance that you've chosen again, your favourite. You've chosen the Argentine tango.
Yes.
I am not surprised. It's so brilliant. What was so special for you, Louise, about this dance?
I think it was most probably the first time that I felt quite engulfed in a routine, and I think I understood how important it was to be the character and put everything into it. So I think it was, I don't know, through all of our dances, it felt like the first one that we were like, OK, now I get what we've got to do. I think it was
the turning point for our series. After Len had given some comments about, like, you're good, but you might have plateaued and you're not quite good enough, like the ones at the top of the leaderboard, and I want to see more from you. And then she came out that week and just gave everything, and it was a real turning point for us that week.
All the judges give you 10s, except Craig.
Can you win him over
I know.
this weekend?
I know.
Do it.
Well, we're going to try our best, but that would be amazing. We've just got to give everything we've got to the dance, you know?
I'm so excited for the two of you. You are absolutely wonderful. Cannot wait to see the show dance. Good luck. And your boy Jamie's on the show tomorrow.
He is on the show tomorrow.
I'm going to make him dance.
Is he?
I'm
yeah,
just
are
kidding.
you?
I'm just kidding.
Just get him to do a step over. He thinks that's the wall step, a step over.
Okay.
Step over, close your feet.
We'll try to do that. And also we'll find out what the judges pick for you, but not until Saturday,
Yes.
of course, because it's a huge surprise. Good luck in training this week.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
the final. You're amazing. In fact, we'll see you on Friday.
Yes.
Louise and Kevin.
Thank you.
Now, over the past 12 weeks, one man and his trusty wand have analysed the training room footage of an astonishing 105 dances. Lesser men would crumble under the pressure, but not our boy, Ian Waite. For the last time this series, Ian Waite, he's wearing red trousers. Look at your stride.
I was told I had to wear something colourful so I don't blend into the background.
I know. Oh, you do. You stand out a treat there. Have you been to a spray tan booth? Look,
I've
you've
been
got-
away. I've been away to the Canaries, but I was still watching the show from my hotel room.
Yeah, so he says.
Yes.
Can you believe it's the final already? It's gone so quick.
Oh, it's been amazing, hasn't it? And
Yeah.
I think because it's been so good, it's gone just like that.
It has. Now, something obviously that we are really looking forward to seeing is our finalist show dances.
Yes.
This is when they can do no holds barred,
Yeah.
anything goes, absolutely no rules at all, show dance. What are we looking for in a great performance?
Well, from last week, they were all so emotional, weren't they? As you remember, the semi-finals, so, you know, everybody's crying. It is emotional. But this week, I think they're just going to go hell for leather. I think the music has to be very important. It has highs and lows in it. Also, with the choreography, you know, you've got to make sure that you have, you know, easy parts and then fast parts. And also, you know, you've got to have those big lifts, those big wow moments. And, of course, you've got to have a beginning, a middle and an end.
That
a big
does help.
finale at the
Okay,
end.
a big
And, of
yeah.
course,
Yeah.
you know, as an example, our show dance that we did to
Oh,
America
good Lord,
when we got
don't.
knocked out.
It makes
Yeah,
me
look.
twitch even thinking about this.
Da, da, da,
Is this
da,
the
da,
bit
da.
where you fell over?
Now, this was really difficult because to choreograph this was really a great piece of music.
Can't
But
even
there's
look.
5 beats to a bar. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was so difficult.
Yeah.
Just do that little bit where we go, well, go on, just
I
try
can't do
Come
it.
on, try
I
it.
can't do it anymore. Don't make me do it. What do you do? He's missed the beat. I love it. Okay.
Da 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 da. Don't leave me on my own.
I know, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. The thing is, after Karen Clifton did that so amazingly last week, you can't
Yeah,
ever
she
touch
did.
it
She was
again.
great, wasn't she?
Tom Chambers, best show dance ever, I think. He was incredible. OK, let's have a look at what they've done so far. We're only seeing tiny bits because we don't want to spoil any surprises. One last time, get the wand out, Waitey.
Oh, if I must. Oh, there you go, look.
Oh, don't! We'll get so sad. Let's start with Danny and Oti then. Their show dance is to Set Fire to the Rain from Adele. A nice emotive piece. What can you tell us?
I mean, it's very dramatic. They're obviously doing some Argentine tango in there, mixed with some contemporary. So it's going to be a combination of all those things, but very dramatic dance. Remember, I did Set Fire to the Rain. I danced to that number with Darcy.
The Darcy Bustle.
So they've got a lot to live up to, I'm just saying, you know, no pressure.
Good Lord.
But I'm sure, you know, I mean, he'll have her up in those lifts. And for him, I think the most important thing is to go out there like a champion. And he's done that all the way along.
Okay.
As Jill Halfpenny said the other night, every week he comes out and he dances like a champion.
I thought that's
And,
good what Jill
yeah,
said. You
it's
dance
true.
like you're already a winner. Because you
It's
kind of are, aren't you?
very
if you're in
true.
the-
Yeah,
in the
you
final?
are. If you made the final, you know, we loved it. We didn't care that we were third, did we?
We didn't care that we'd gone out.
We just cared that we were in the final.
It was a
You know,
joy.
it's amazing. Just enjoy it.
Louise and Kevin, as we heard, are dancing to One Moment in Time, Whitney Houston.
Yes.
What can you tell us about this?
Well, we did Rumba to this.
Yeah.
And it was
I
a
went
disaster,
wrong.
wasn't
I know.
it? You went
Thanks.
wrong.
Let's move on. Okay.
But as you mentioned earlier, she's in those ballet shoes. I think it will be a sort of rumba, adagio sort of dance. A lot of lift work in there.
Yeah.
So Kevin's going to have good muscles to be lifting her. Not that she's heavy, but
I know. Careful what you say
you know,
about the
it's
lady.
hard work when you're practicing all those lifts. You know, over and over again. It's okay doing it once, but when you've got to practice it over and over again. Now, as I said, that song, he said. said it's going to be about her story throughout Strictly. And it is a grower, that song. It starts off quite easy and then it builds up and builds up to the end. So it's a big crescendo at the end of this song. So I think it'll be a good show dance.
I think we'll all be in tears.
Yeah,
OK, and finally, Ore and Joanne. I think they danced into a great song. I Got Rhythm from An American in Paris or Crazy for You, which is like sort of classic Gene Kelly. He did that so brilliantly, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, with Singing in the Rain. Now, you know, it reminds me a little bit, that music, of the song that Tom Chambers danced to.
Yes.
So it's got that sort of old-fashioned variety sort of feel, and I think throughout that dance, you know, you can create those old-fashioned moments. And he, as you say, he was brilliant in Singing in the Rain. So I think this will be a great dance, and I think the British public will love this one.
Right.
The Strictly public will absolutely adore this show dance. I mean, you know, for him, really, he's got to get totally in the character of that, you know, like he did in Singing in the Rain, which I don't think will be very difficult for him. But he's the one, really, that's come from nowhere and become this amazing dancer.
Fantastic. I
Yeah.
can't believe it. Look, it's our last one.
know.
He is coming into the studio on Friday, though, so it's not quite
you
farewell.
can't get rid of me yet.
You and Gethin Jones.
Yes.
But thank you for keeping us warmed
He's
up
so
for the
ugly,
last
Gethin,
3 months. I know,
terrible.
really. Give it up for the gorgeous Ian Waits, everyone. Now, regular viewers will know we love a good Strictly stat here at It Takes Two, but with the final fast approaching, we decided to bring in a heavyweight broadcaster to delve deep into the Glitterball scores database. Here with a highbrow, informative analysis of all the finalists that have gone before. It's one of our favourite contestants of all time. It's the wonderful Jeremy Vine.
This is really good.
Sorry, I am so sorry. I was just having a slight moment. I know you understand that. But listen, here I am, inside the Strictly Glitterball, and we're going to use the power of the graphics to see if there is some scientific way of working out who is best placed to win. Because we got quite a lot of information to have a look at, haven't we? We've got 13 series. We've seen 39 finalists. And of course, those 13 brilliant winners. Is there some way of working out who will be the winner of Series 14? And maybe also where I went wrong. Take a look at our finalist name board here, where we've put the names of all 39 finalists in no particular order, so you can just search out your favourites. Down here, Zoe Ball, Series 3, we remember you. So here they all are. But what I'm going to do now is rearrange them into decades. So just have a look. And now we can see which ages are favourites to be finalists. So, for example, over here, you've got the people in their 20s, 16 of them in total. The 30-somethings, there were 18 of, so that's the most populated age decade. You've just got 4 40-somethings, but where are the 50-somethings? There aren't any 50-somethings at all. Nobody mentioned that to me when they were inviting me to go on the show. Last one for you, though, in their 60s, one finalist, Pamela Stephenson. Let's look now at our Strictly pie chart. We don't even get this in election coverage, I can tell you. Have a look at the beauty of that thing. Now, every segment of the pie is a decade, so the 30-somethings, you can see, have the bigger segment. In fact, the average age of finalists is 31.2. However, and this is fascinating, watch what happens when the Strictly pie chart looks only at winners. You can see the way suddenly the segment that belongs to 20-somethings becomes the biggest, because there are more 20-something winners, 7, than 30-something winners, 6. So winning the Glitterball is clearly a young person's thing. Person. Do I mean man or woman? Now, this territory of the battle of the sexes is the most fascinating in all the Strictly graphics area. Because if you have a look at this, it shows you there are more female than male finalists in the past history of Strictly. So the women have it in terms of finalists. By the way, they never told me that either. However, if you look at the winners, you will see it changes around. Isn't this interesting? Suddenly you see there are more male Strictly winners than female. It's 7-6. Now the question is, what will happen this year? Will we see the men extend their lead over the women, or will the women catch up and make it 7 apiece? As a Strictly fan, you all know there are 2 main styles of dancing. There's Latin and ballroom. But which are the finalists stronger in? Now, for this key battleground territory, we need a Strictly swingometer. And here it is. Let's have a look. Looking at past finalists, we find, look at the number who was strongest in Latin based on their average scores through the contest. Oh, it's only 9. But if we look at the number who was strongest in ballroom, bring the arrow round, it's 29. Ballroom predominates among the finalists. By the way, one was strong equally in both the amazing Natalie Gumedi in Series 11. Now we switch to winners, and we use the swingometer for this as well. So the strongest winners in ballroom, let's have a look. How many were there? 9. How many winners were strongest in Latin as they came through the contest? The answer, only 4. By the way, they were Jill Halfpenny, Caroline Flack, Cara Toynton, Jay McGuinness. But Latin in the minority. So it seems like ballroom is the ticket that gets you to the final. So there we go, some fascinating facts and figures about the last 13 series of Strictly. Thank you, Strictly, for allowing me to be inside the glitter ball. It's the closest I've ever got. The question is whether we can take all of these numbers and somehow analyse them and work out who's going to win Series 14. It's going to be so enthralling. Zoe, back to you.
Jeremy, fine. I love him. He's gorgeous. And he's back tomorrow inside the glitter ball for the second part of that wonderful report. Right now, it is time to welcome the Queen Bees of Strictly here together on the sofa for the first time ever. The brilliant Tae-hee and Claudia Winkleman. Hello, ladies.
Lovely being here.
Lovely to see you here. Sort of off duty. I like it a lot. You did this show for 7 years, Claude.
Yes, I apologise. I'm really sorry.
Do you like what we've done with the place?
It's so much nicer now, and you are a genius. You know, we're a bit absolutely obsessed by you. We're like, literally, we're text going, have you seen Zoe's shoes? Also, the last series I did, I think I was secretly pregnant and the whole place smelt of sick.
Oh, really?
I had such bad morning sickness. I kept on just going, I'll be fine. And I'd talk to somebody and I'd go, in a minute.
Back in a minute.
That was memories. So I apologise.
It's a lovely thing to go through morning sickness, but you get a lovely bundle of joy at the end of it. Let's talk about this year. Tess, what are you thinking of the class of 2016? They've been
What a
amazing.
year it's been, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, what a bunch. Brilliant, brilliant cast. And I honestly think this is the highest standard of dancing we've seen ever. In
We say
12
that
years
year
of the show.
on year, though, and
but
people
this
get cross
year,
with you, but it has been stunning.
I can't remember a year that we've had a better standard.
The
of dancing.
semi-final, I mean, we should say, the atmosphere in there, people are sort of physically shaking. It was just the standard of dance, all of them. I mean,
it blew our
minds.
It's
extraordinary.
I know. Did you two cry? I was sobbing at home, but I am dangerously hormonal. We love your wonderful partnership on screen and off screen. What was the best part of working together, you two?
She just makes me die laughing all the time.
We have a proper laugh. When we're doing rehearsals, we become like baboons, not in a bad way.
We're sort of telepathic now.
We're telepathic. I look at you and I sort of like play with your hands.
We can say things when we're
like
mic'd
that,
up
and I'm always like,
telepathically that we can't say on the mic.
On the mic, so you can
communicate that way.
Mind.
Yeah. She bakes brownies sometimes.
I've heard about
the
this
best
cooking.
brownies.
You take them
and
to
brings
radio
them in
too, as well.
I do.
I feel bad when I buy a packet of biscuits. It's like I better do something Winkleman's made.
She brings them boxed
It's
tissue
the only
paper.
reason
I mean,
they let me
I
go
swear
in.
she stops by
When they go, God, she's really terrible about this. I'm like, cinnamon bun? Anyone?
And there was an amazing moment this weekend. We need to relive it. We couldn't get enough of it. Have a quick reminder.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Absolutely.
Over the series, Louise has gained plenty of supporters and plenty
It's just hilarious.
But you know my favourite bit? Because I love this girl so much, because I constantly am like holding a banana or pretending to do this, like orchestral, not a-chestral. And poor Tess is just looking at me like, but to make
tolerating
you go.
it.
Yeah, but to make you go like that, it was so cute. We wanted to link.
No, honestly, her face. Did you? I mean, the face was just so brilliant. And what you couldn't see in shot was that she was lay on the mattress. First of all, she's laid back, taunting me like this, smiling at me, pointing, rolled over on the stomach.
With laughter.
And I couldn't hold it together because it was very.
And the lovely audience who were just there on the right were also just because we hadn't planned where I was going to go, so I thought, should I scribble off? It was also confusing.
And you'd never fallen that hard. We rehearsed it.
You really did go for it.
You didn't fall away.
Lovely Adrian, who is a brilliant floor manager, was in charge of pulling the thing, and And like in rehearsal, we were just pulling it, and I was like, "This time, pull it." And
You
was like
pull it harder
G-force.
through the air.
And my face is already
good.
falling off. It's shot.
I also have to say, loved old Claude. That was hilarious.
Oh, God,
he was amazing.
That was one of my favourites.
Oh, goodness me. And now, we must talk about Len was on the show the other day, and he was saying when you did Series 1, Tess, you were doing Series 1, that he was thinking, I'm not sure this is ever going to work.
Well,
Do you remember back then? What did you think?
Absolutely. God, we did 2 series that year in 2004. I remember one in the March, one in the October, and I just had a baby for the second one. And I went back halfway through. We had no idea that we would be still here all these years later, of course, because it sort of started small. I remember in the beginning, I think the first series we had 6 celebrities. The second we had 8. It was an 8-week run.
Yeah.
And then it just grew and grew and grew, and it seemed to grow in popularity. And we who knew? Who knew that it would?
Next
what it
year,
is today.
25.
Yeah, 25
We
weeks.
start in March.
That's the thing, though. I think everyone would love it to run longer and longer.
Well, in the
'cause
States,
what do we
they
do
have 2
without it?
series a year, don't they? 'Cause
Yeah.
Len and Bruno have commuted, bless them, from like.
And now
Bruno
with
this year.
Len,
Don't.
he's
I
about
can't.
to say 7
We're in denial,
for the
aren't we?
last time at the weekend. How much are you going to miss him and his pickled wolves?
Oh, I hang on his every word.
I love him. And also, when I was doing this, we would do a masterclass
Yeah,
to get.
I love that.
Yes, and
so
I was
did I.
chronically bad, but we would just weep. It was my favourite part of it, and. You know, he's the king. And I keep on thinking that maybe it's a joke. I'm like, Len, see you in August. And he goes, no, I'm really not coming. I was like, yes, you will be. I think it will be horrible.
I know. I can't imagine him not there because he, you know,
He kind of feels
he's
irreplaceable.
the daddy.
He is the daddy.
He's the daddy of the
Don,
panel,
isn't he?
Keeps them all under control.
We worked out that over the years you have asked, I think, 521,000 questions to dancers, pro dancers, so they're getting their own back, and they've got some questions for you in a new feature we are calling
Ask Tess and Claude.
Oh, that's
We
nice.
can't play with anyone except you two. First up, we got a question from Giovanni and Aliash.
Hi, Tess and Claudia. We love you.
I love you more.
I love you more.
No, I love you more.
No.
We have a question for you. If you would pick between Giovanni and myself,
Aliash.
who would you dance with? Who's your favorite?
Really
Two of
easy.
us.
Really easy. I know.
No. You know what to say.
Cheeky.
A test, Pasha for you.
We love them both. We can't.
I love them.
Come on. I mean, Blackpool. We danced with each of them. Didn't we?
We did.
Equally.
We did, but yeah. Oh, Anton. I would dance. They're all so. Well, you know them so well. I mean, they are just.
They're gorgeous.
Lovely.
They are gorgeous.
They're so talented and so
naughty
funny, and
as
those
well.
two are really
Cheeky.
naughty.
Very naughty. We love that about them. OK, we've got a question from OT now. Here she is.
Hi, Tess and Claude. My question for you guys is, if you had to dance one dance, what would it be?
Oh, I know what mine would be.
Yeah.
Mine would be the Argentine tango.
Could that happen
Passionate, so intense.
at the Christmas special?
I only wish.
I think at the wrap.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want anyone else to see it.
I don't know whether
when
I'm
I
going to
say
do
I
that.
wish,
I make an elaborate
rap
home
where no
video.
one else can see.
Yeah, but I like the really livid ones where you have to look really grumpy. I like the passo, where it's all like. I don't want to be great like a pirate.
Yeah,
passo pirate at the rap.
You and Ed Balls, Passo, rap party. It's a dream.
Yeah.
Katja's got a question for you. Here she is.
There's been many fun couples on Strictly in the past years, so if you had choice to bring one back into the final, who would it be?
Oh, Winky. I think she's hinting there.
Yeah. I loved her and Ed. I still miss Alicia Dixon.
Yes.
Alicia Dixon has singly got the best laugh of any human I've ever met in my 900 years of
it
life.
It just makes you laugh.
And always, just all I could hear is, and it comes from there, and you could hear it like 7 floors away. Yeah.
Her shoulder shimmy was pretty mean too. Yeah.
Who would you like to see do the show? A dream celebrity, maybe next year, a booking.
I like all the... after Ed, I'd have Mandelson, Campbell...
Yeah, Cameron. David Cameron.
Alistair Campbell.
I'd love Alistair Campbell to do a tango.
Is going in. We adore the two of you. Have the best final on Saturday.
Isn't it exciting? Can't wait.
Give it up to
Thank
Tess
you for having
and
us,
Claude.
Zoe.
Thank you.
Oh, that is all we have time for tonight, I'm afraid. Huge thank you to all of my guests. Join me tomorrow night when I'll be here with Ore and Joanne. Vicky Gill will be sharing her final show-stopping costume designs, and we'll be chatting to a special panel of finalist friends and family. Ooh, I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye to our gorgeous girls. Have a great night.
Bye.
Let's get together.
For one winning weekend.
The wait is over.
It's decision time.
From Lynn!
The Strictly final.
Oh, yeah.